What's up, everybody? What's going on? I am here. I am joined this evening with the lovely Creative Camille. What's up,
Hey,
girl?
hey, Kelly Cows. I am well. How are you doing, doll?
I'm good. Right now
Good.
I'm just gonna be honest on what is happening. So right now I am trying to create a room on Fanbase. So I figured out from the help of
Nice.
Zebo, shout out to
Nice.
Zebo Jones, trying to create like I said, my own little
Room
thingy.
area. Yeah,
Yeah, my own
absolutely.
little room. So we can stream there. And, if anybody understands, again, I have not been staying to the script with this show because I have been doing this on Saturday for you guys. Then I would do it sometimes like on a Friday night. And I
Yeah.
coming over here like I'm gonna do it when I feel like doing it. But
Hey, that's the beauty of having your own broadcast because you can do that, and your followers are going to tune in, right? Because they're going to hit that subscribe button so that they get alerts when you
yes,
go live. And if they're on YouTube, which most people are, they'll get to, it'll be like a special, like, like when a breaking news comes through and just changes. Tune
yes.
in.
So look,
I
this
love
is
that.
breaking news. Yes. Yes. Girl, me and these little sounds and stuff like that. But yeah.
I love it.
Anyway, I found it.
Nice.
We are going to be going in. I just want to say hi to everybody that's over here. Join
Yeah.
the live room. I am going to do a watch party for you all. So I am going to link this link in. If you would like to be a part of the conversation, please make sure you join us, tune in. We are here. We are live. We are now on Fanbase.
Let's do it.
Yes, we are here. So, anyway, I usually, of course, use my phone so I can take video footage and stuff, but I was like, it's okay. We're going to just do something different. And I decided, girl, to rock one of your creations tonight.
I see. It
And
looks amazing on you. I love the
thank
whole
you.
color vibe.
Yeah, because I was going to go all black, like straight like the Omen.
This is for my homie. Do you know me?
But I was like, no, let's pop some color in here and let's keep it very like, cute,
Yeah,
but
flowing.
also fun. Spring is coming, everybody. I know you're counting down. I am counting down to spring. And they keep telling me on like the local news, they're like, yeah, you got 20 days, you got 19. And I'm just trying to honestly figure out, didn't I was about to say the greyhound? Didn't the groundhog see his shadow? So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
don't we still get
Wow.
more winter?
I
I'm
I
trying to.
I don't know.
I'm
Did he?
confused. He did, and they said 6 more weeks of winter. What's going on, Severe? Good evening. How are you, darling? Thank you
Hi.
for tuning in with us. We are doing well. We are Sunday vibing. It's big things happening, big things coming
Big
up,
things.
big things. You know what I mean? No.
I
So
go on.
I decided not to curse tonight. I'm gonna use some backup words, and I wrote
Okay.
them down.
I'm not
I'm
mad
gonna
at that.
try. I'm gonna try. Um. So instead of saying shit, you might hear me say shyster.
Mm.
And then instead of the DAMN, I'm going to say dag nabbit.
Mm.
And they'll just go on, and my favorite word that I'm always using, which is, it sounds like buck, but it starts with an F. I'll change that to Farfanugan. So we'll see how this rolls along. We're going to see how this rolls along tonight, okay?
I love that for you.
We're in the prairie. Yes. So, girl, I got that message. I'm happy on so many different levels on this back end. And that'll be something we can talk about off camera.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's actually not dealing technically with you, but
Mhm.
also the both of us. So it's good for all the way around.
Yes. Can we
Yeah.
like chat after the show?
Oh, most definitely. Yes, because I will be awake until I'm not, because I'm tired. I have to go to the 8 o'clock service this morning. Okay. So for those of you, again, I'm in Baltimore. My church is 45 minutes away. So I have to get up like I'm going to work. And then I had to pick up a couple of people. Some guests came with me today to join service. I was very happy about that. And then I have been at a 101 birthday celebration. So shout out to the lady that turned 101. Okay.
Yeah, shout out to her.
That is beautiful. But they had a lot of food. And then I had the itis when I came home. And I have not been eating heavy, for those of you that know. I had been on a Daniel fast, and he had his knee on my neck even after it was over. Then
Yeah.
they come to say in church today, Ash Wednesday. I said, oh Lord, now we got to give up something till Easter, which is on 420. So that's dope on its own self. But we will not be hunting for eggs because there won't be many left.
No, there won't. Oh, geez, Louise.
No, right? So I was like, oh, we got to give something else up. And then I ate there, and I was just like, if I eat anything else tonight, it is going to be some Honey Nut Cheerios and a banana, because I don't need nothing else. I don't need no
Same thing.
toast, no meat, nothing. We can start over tomorrow. I'm like, I'm busted. So yeah, so girl, I was taking a nap, and then I was like, you got to get up and work out because you ate too much, and you need to find some energy, so you can get the show together. So this is the other reason why I got the colors.
Yeah.
Besides bringing in spring, but I wanted to bring in some good energy as well.
I love that.
Yes, girls. So
It's a vibe.
yes. So if you guys are new to the show, I want you to make sure that you subscribe, that you follow here on YouTube. I am K Rene. I am a host of many different little shows that I tend to create on this channel. Let me see. I have this one here, which is my baby. This is the K Rene. This is where I started from the bottom. Now we here. And then I branched off, and then, I have now a new segment called Riddle Me This Live Show with Creative Camille and the Distance Podcast, who also hosts with us as well. It's every other Sunday. And then I have a side segment called Afternoon Thoughts on a Random, just to keep my rabbit hole, bill skip out of the way and not let it interfere with my topics. And so I did something on the side for that. And so I'm trying to do something else, but I'm just waiting to get it all together. But other than that, I am like a Jackie of all kinds of things. So I am here. Follow me here, subscribe, comment, feedback, all that other stuff. And we're on other social media platforms as well as Fanbase, Spill, Blacklisted, LinkedIn. Of course, you got to keep your professional side separate from your hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a website as well. So I will also drop that in the link. I did not mean to do that. There we go. I put it back. Okay. And Creative Camille, you can go ahead and drop your zones where you are as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys can find me on Full Bloom Magazine. You can go to any social media platform and find us at Full Bloom Mag. JK Fashion Closet is my fashion brand, and something for the creatives as well.
Yes. I love it. Yeah. So the last time we met on this show here, we had pretty much went into as far as, in the words of Brett, that's what I'm looking for, so, basically we had a nice intimate conversation as far as when it comes to dating and the relationships and what is needed as far as all the way around the board, not even just on spectrum levels, but all the way around the clock. So we dove into that and we dissected it a bit. And so I thought I would like to move it a little bit further as far as in the topic at hand, because being as we are both middle age, yes, Camille, welcome to the middle age, okay? Okay, because you are here. You're here with us. Yes, you are. You have arrived, okay? And I've been mid-aging for a minute, So, things do change. And, doing the whole dating thing with the dating apps, things have not worked out well on that level.
Right.
For me to just be very transparent, because I don't hold no cut cards at all. But to the fact of the back and forth chatter of the people here, the potentials that I would like to say, which I really can't even rate them in a level of potentials because they never followed through. The worst way as far as how to lose a woman in about 10 minutes is that you can already show signs that you're not even trying to commit to communication and follow-ups. The energy level is very bare minimum. And I think as women, we tend to still push past a boundary that we don't want to cross and don't really want to kind of give leeway to kind of make it easy for people to just go ahead and trickle in, because then we feel like we've lessened ourselves and not just our, I don't want to call it the task list, but the fact of what we know our worth is. And so we tend to kind of shave points off just because of the fact, and it's a just because. But I know patience is key, and being able to connect and contract and find what it is that will connect with you. And I think that makes it natural. And that's another reason why I came over here the way I am, because I am a natural girl. I'm a natural woman. I am more so meaning like I'm natural and authentic to old school. That's my thing. And I found myself at one point, for all the local potentials, to kind of like, well, maybe I should stop doing such and such. And maybe I'm attracting or I'm not attracting the right people because I do such and such. And my lifestyle is this way. And maybe I need to cut that back. And then I had to really stop and was like, but that's who you are and that's your personality. So we don't need to cut anything back. We just need to, again, be trying to attract and manifest that person that understands that that's who you are. And they vibe on that level as well, or it's just really like no big deal, And for the most part, when it comes to people, when it's a make or break, it sometimes can be weed, smoking, your vibe, your vices within what you like to partake in. Some people like to drink. But for the fact that I have been a smoker toker since school, it's not changed, and it hasn't changed, but it's not something like as if it's something that happens all day throughout my day. You know what I mean? And so I think there's a stereotype there where you get prejudged from some to where they were like, she's a pothead, like, no, not.
Right.
Like, that's, don't call me that, like I enjoy it, but it helps me to balance. And that's what you need to understand about it. So I think for me, at this age, and for other celebrities that I have looked into as well, like Shirley Ralph, has had successful years of marriage and they don't live together. Like on like within 100% of the time. And even though, they have two different lives because she's an actress. So, whatever is coming up on the beat or for her, that's going to make her more of who she already is and on a different level. That's a strong understanding as to be able to still keep and follow through for that connection, that bond. So I really have tried, like in a sense where not even really staying in my local area, but to go a little bit as Buzz Lightyear, infinity and beyond. Like, I don't really necessarily have to try to connect here. And I think as I'm getting a bit older, and I do tend to like to travel, and I travel pretty good, for myself, by myself.
Yeah.
But I think I can be strong enough
Yeah.
to entertain the idea to having long distance relationship. And I tried to do that before on the tip of somebody that was like in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And I think in my mind, I was like, they got horses. Like, I wanna ride the horses. Like, you know, like y'all got a whole farm. Like, that sounds fun. You know, like I love Yellowstone, you know, like maybe just better. Your fucking hand, see, I should owe myself some money for that. Yo, your hand is dope. I just peeped it out. Yes, see, I cursed. I wasn't supposed to fart for Nugent.
Fart for Nugent. The word of the day is farfanugan.
Yo, they're here in my face. Like, don't forget the list. Like, I know. I'm sorry, but you gotta see the hand. Oh. If you saw the hand, you would have cursed too. Yeah, it's dope.
Okay. Where are you? Wait a minute.
I don't know. I'm still here, but it's more like, where are you? There you go. You're back.
So here you guys. Zoom in and see some of the details.
That is cool. You're giving like some kind of Sade vibes right now tonight.
Thank you. That's what I was going for.
Okay, good. I like it.
Thank you.
Now at the end of the show, she's going to sing a little song for us, you guys. So don't go away. You make sure you stick around.
That's how you. That's the hook right there.
Right. So I titled this show "How Far Is Too Far." So I wanted to ask, and like I said, I've opened this up. So if you guys are here, something fell, but that's okay. Okay, got you. Thank you, darling. He said fan base has an echo, so he's not really sure. Severe chimed in to tell us, okay, well, you know what? Maybe we should let it go. We'll come back another time. We'll try that on that side, you know, some other time. But I'm going to end the room because I don't want it to be weird. Okay, but we good over here.
Mm-hmm.
This don't have no echo. So, yeah, how far is too far? So, yes, I wanted to open this up to the ladies or anybody that's out there watching, tuned in right now. Let me know. What are you feeling? Like, could you do it? Like, you know, there's different levels within same state, cross country, international. For me, I can't do international.
Right. Yeah, international is a bit much because, you know, just to think about dating someone that you meet in the United States, and let's just say their family is from, you know, their family is international, then you have to consider, you know, what that's like. So to just blindly date a new relationship with somebody that's just already starting out, you know, like say for instance, it's through an app or something, is a bit much. So I feel you on that. I definitely couldn't do an international. That's too much.
Yeah.
But I also think that if you keep in perspective catfishing, there's a lot of catfishing going on. So when you think of traveling to meet somebody, it can be really scary. So I definitely think, you know, that could be too far for a lot of people too, just from the fear of doing something like that. But me personally, I wouldn't want to date somebody that's like very, very, very far away, like a whole lifestyle like that, like Alaska, like someplace I'm just not used to. But you know, I definitely think if they're willing to compromise and, you know, be in my environment for a let's just say a year or something like that, I would be open to trying their environment as well to see which one was a better fit for us.
Okay. Got you. And that makes sense, especially because of the fact that we both have kids. And I consider that being for I want to also make sure it's convenient on
Yeah.
visitation. I would not want to be too far off the grid on another coast because I think it would make that even more of a difficult situation based off of transportation. And I mean, great, you can rack up frequent flyer miles all day long if you want to, but if I know that I could take a quick train or I could drive a few hours, you know, that's what I'm looking for. You know, like I don't want to have to be like, well, you know, I've got to find a cheap flight and rate and all of that, you know. So I can do like within a coast, you know, a south and north, you know, that's cool, especially because I like to drive. So we talking about the fact my dad lives in South Carolina. We know that drive. That's a 7.5 hour drive today. Okay. So it's nothing for me. So we talking within there or shortening the distance within less miles or hours to travel. Great. Even if I could jump on a train real quick, I'd appreciate that too, you know, but I can't see international and I can't see another coast. And because I'm well, I'm not going to say spoiled. I just want what I want. So I don't want to be like, all right, if you're too far off the grid, how many more weeks, months do I got to wait till we actually connect again to physically be in each other's presence like that? And then I'm gonna get tired and then I'm not going to want to do this anymore because it's not convenient for me. It's not basically helping the situation and it's not going to help, I think, the bond. I don't have a type of career where I'm on an international type of career level of anything, you know, like I'm not going to, you know, Amsterdam or anything like that to go and be in somebody's bake shop. You know, it's not that serious right now. But for the travel purposes, and then of course me running a business and not really having like health, I look at it in all of those different aspects of what would be more beneficial as far as on the travel tip. So yeah, time zone is important. And especially when I'm talking to my friends West Coast and they're 3 hours behind me and they like call me around 7. I'm like 7 my time, not yours. Because
that gets annoying.
I'm 10 o'clock. I'm in the bed. Like I gotta turn over in another hour to just be like, now I'm trying to really go to sleep. Other than that, no, baby. We gonna either talk Saturday when I got a little bit more youngness in me to stay up a little later, or you gotta call me in the morning your time, which equals
it works if you are thoroughly busy a lot, right? If you are thoroughly like, look, I am on hands on deck with my business. Whatever that role is, then it's different. It's like, of course, you're open-minded to it because even when you naturally get the feelings of like, I want to talk to my person, or I just want to bother them, or I just want to call them, or I just want to be around them, it's different when you can't because you have to show up in different spaces. So it's easy, like, all right, we plan our video time or our talk time, and then when we meet, when we fly in or where we fly in, it be, that is a vibe. I can understand why an actress, somebody who's an actress or entertainer would enjoy that. Like, how else would it be?
Right. I think also just like as we're talking with the financial and logistical challenges of the travel costs, and not only that, but the time off of work, because you have to coordinate the schedules, within the time off of work. And at some point, sooner or later, especially coordinating schedules where the kids are also involved at some point, where it's not always just you versus but that also has to be an even give and take on who's coming where every other weekend, every other week, So for me, I would say if I was to date anybody that was at a distance, I have got to link up with you at least a 2 to 4 week type of situation, because I can do all other little fillers, like, and I think that's why it keeps it
Yeah, a
interesting.
month is just too long. Like after 4 weeks, it's kind of like fuck is good.
Yeah, I can't.
Knock
Yeah,
off, whatever the word.
you're like, yo, call me real quick, because I need to yeah, call me, because
Yeah,
we need to talk. Like, it's not, this ain't it. This ain't it. And that's where the emotional toll can come in, because there's the separation where you're trying to handle the physical presence of a long period of where you are both not in each other's presence.
yeah.
And I think I have some do's and don'ts when it comes to this. First of all, which is a big do, which is where a lot of people locally can't do. It's like, here's the thing. It's like you walking around and you're shopping in the store, and you're starting to piece together these outfits, and you're like, this shirt is cute. Okay, I'm gonna find some pants or whatever. And the fact that you have the money to get what you're collecting within what you're building as your wardrobe at this time. But it's the fact that you keep walking around and procrastinating to get up to the counter to go pay for it. And then it's just like, then you start putting stuff back to the point that you either bought something or nothing. So prioritizing communication, like here, where I'm around the corner or 20 minutes off the grid, whatever the case is, because it's here, and you still, that's the frustrating part, is you still can't do that. You're not putting in nothing. And especially if you really trying to build a vibe with somebody and really try to be more in their presence. And especially, like, I don't know how some people are in this age at 45 and 46 and whatever, but physical contact for me is still very important. And so therefore I'm trying to build up so that these session numbers can build up. Like, I'm not just trying to keep doing popcorn and movies.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
what do we like? I'm here for more than do that. Like, just, it's not always fun. We can have popcorn in movies, but we can interweave that with everything else. But still, that would be my goal. Use it till you can't use it. You
Absolutely.
lose it. So yeah, so they can't talk. So prioritizing communication, which is my point, it's very important, because of the fact that, isn't that the end game of the goal, that you're talking to build so that you can move to the next step forward? I'm not talking just the whole conversation, and then after that I'm just gonna mosey on to somebody else and start this game over again.
Right.
Especially in this age. This age is not where we just gonna keep casually like, hey. So if I'm at a distance and so are you, then some time is going to have to be put in with that communication. That's very important to me.
Yeah.
Locally or far away.
Yeah.
Regular little check-ins or whatever. And it don't even have to be like on the phone all the time. I'm just talking about, I matter. And if you matter to somebody, they're going to put in that time. They're going to reach out. They're going to check in and be like, hey, I was just thinking about you. I don't want to interrupt your day, but if you want to chit chat for a minute, or let me just hear your voice for a second. It don't even have to be that much, but it's just that much of that effort. It's so far. It speaks so many volumes. And I think where some people have lost their way in this whole scene of dating is they've gotten lazy, where they are waiting more so on us to really be pushing buttons to push the first communication, or always doing the check-ins. And like, come on
when
now.
You say us, you mean women?
Huh?
When you say us, you mean women?
Yes, I said, yeah, women. Yeah. It's like, we're already taking care of enough. Like, so when did this become more of the priority too, that's on the top list? Like, if you want something from me or with me or building, then let me hear from you first, like, alrighty, and then that becomes like totally twisted.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Yeah,
shit.
it's a stroke of the ego, and you're like, why am I stroking your ego for what?
Shyster. Right. For what? For what?
For
I think setting expectations, which was another key point that I wanted to highlight because of discussing exclusivity and the visit, the frequency, the long-term plans. That right there. And it's not even to try to be at somebody's neck, but it should be just in the general conversations as you're getting to know this person, especially if you can't even just drive to their house because they are in your state. You are, again, trying to still build as if they do live within your state, your city, not too far off the grid.
Yeah, it's a hard bubble, I think, for people because it's perspective. You have one group of people who are comfortable with the idea of taking steps to figure out if they align with someone. Whereas we're also in this millennial perspective where, like, I watch Love is Blind, I watch all of those different shows that come on Netflix. What's another one? This all of the different shows, reality competition shows, but it's interesting because it's just like a dating app, but more, but more entertainment, obviously. But these people are going there with one thing in mind. They're actually looking for someone, and they realize that, they don't want to spend 2 or 3 years trying to by chance or meet their person. They're like, let me put myself out there in the pool of people that are saying, hey, this is what I'm focused on right now.
Right.
And it's interesting because it is scary. You have people that are just like, that's just not natural. That's not divine. That's not God's way of doing things. You just don't meet somebody on an app, or you just don't, meet somebody on a TV show or things like that. So it's different perspectives. I'm always interested to hear, the different way people are dating these days, because you're right. It's scarce. There's a lot of pressure on both women and men. But more so, just to talk about women and what it is that we're going through. It's just hard. You know what I mean? Because you have different type of men that it takes time to collect the data of what type of men they are, what problems they're facing. Are they, what is it, the mommy daddy syndrome? Is it this? Is it that? What's the, it just takes time to really address. So shout out to everybody that's doing power dating and like tackling those hard questions up front that normally take years for people to figure out.
Yeah. And it's appreciated. It's just like, you've been taking showers for how many years, however long you've been taking showers. So your body parts, what to do, you know how to clean thoroughly, you know what it is. And I think when people get into like an age of being seasoned in from other relationships they've had in the past, I think they've learned from all of that what builds them up to who they are and what they want. And I think it makes it easier. I've watched 2 of my coworkers successfully date for a short period of time on a dating app. And they've both been married before. They both have children, which are grown and older and all of that stuff. And to the extent that it's like, okay, they knew exactly, what they wanted to do. And they're both married to the person that they was on the dating app. And I was like, that didn't take long. And it was like, when you've gone through this rodeo, you know what it is and who you are after so many different failed whatevers. And even to the extent that they both were dating in between, but it did not take long. And yet, you know, they are older than me, you know, definitely. But just the fact, like, you know, it don't take long for, I think, when you know what you are looking for and who you are and what you're attracted to, what did not work, and what you feel as though that you really can actually offset to make it a balance.
Exactly.
Breakfast. A complete
Exactly.
complete breakfast. Yes. So, you know, I don't mind to do the virtual dating, to do the virtual movies or shows and watch them at the same time and chit chat. I think that's cute. You know, I think it will keep and build the character of the relationship altogether, you know, to make it strong. And I think it builds that. So when you come together, like in each other's presence, I think that bond is then even more stronger, and it's something that's craved on both sides because of the you've both basically pre-gamed each other to the physical touch, you know, just through all of the absence of how long you haven't been in each other's presence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, planning the future is to discuss if when one of you will relocate, and that's when it gets real tricky, because when you date long distance and you both are in your place of where you grew up or whatever, just saying that you've been somewhere for 10 plus years in that same place, that's your comfort zone. And now it's the thing about, do you want to break it? Who's going
Well,
to, you know, like, it's like looking at, all right, who's going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Compromise, as far as like, well, fuck it, I'll move. You know, this is not working. So I'm just not, because the list is just trash. I can't help it. Lord, I curse. Okay, I'm trying not to.
you are. That's all you can do, Kelly. That's all you can do
Right.
is
It's
try.
like it's like that's not how you talk. I was like, I'm trying.
Nicer and Howard. But no, I think have gone through that experience personally before. I think that it's possible for one person to have resentment if it doesn't work out. Because I think that's the fear of moving, is you fear, you know, not being fulfilled in the way that I guess you're fulfilled where you are. Or maybe you set a very high expectation, like, oh, if I'm really going to make this move into this new state, you know, I want things to be X, Y, and Z. And I think that there can be a bit of resentment that happens, you know, for any reason, for that reason, or everything could work out fine and somebody just feels now that their space is compromised because of the transition. So it's just, you know, it could just be really hard, you know, to do that. You know, like you said, which state is best? You know what I mean?
What state is best?
And then the support system, I think that has a lot to do with it. If there's a lot, you know, because some people, if they've never gone beyond a certain place, they haven't no support, you know, like, or starting over, like, where do we go when we need information, or when we want to chill, or when you're used to being around your family, you know, weekly or monthly, you have traditions that you do. It could be really like a traumatic experience, you know what I mean? Looking for that, and then looking at your partner like, I thought you were going to fill this void. Do you know people, you know, like, do you know this, or do you know how to fill this void for me? And I think if the communication isn't right, your partner may not even know what it is you're going through. You know what I mean?
I think there's the things that, of course, we never want to feel like we're moving too fast. And again, we still have to dig a bit also early in it, just because of the fact that time is of the essence, and it's something we don't have as far as to waste. And you really, again, once you already are in tune within who you like, who you're attracted to, if they kind of giving you that same vibe, I think you should go and try to move forward and see if it's something that you both want to move forward to, or just cut it at the quick. But I think as far as talking about the do's, there's also the don'ts. Like, don't neglect those hard conversations early, as to talk and get to that bottom point, in a sense where it don't have to be in the, down in the deep, but deep enough to the point where at least, we scratching a little top of surface, so that I know what could actually underlie underneath the rest of it. Severe, are you with us? No, I wasn't putting you on the spot, but I wanted to know if you checked the fan base, because I did go back over, and I don't know if it's what's happening. Okay. So let me know what you see, darling. Okay. Insecurities and doubts. Again, anything that you've dealt with in the past, to basically let it be known. This is what bothers me. This is a trigger for me. I know we're not, going to be within the same spot, but if we can work together on not having any type of uncomfortable feeling, what makes you uncomfortable, what was a trigger point for you, I think that is very key, to not neglect that conversation. I think it's important. Not being too controlling, which is, again, remembering that you all met each other in a space where they had their own space, their creative, energy, or whatever their hobby vibe is that they were doing, what may have pulled you in the first place. You can't try to then be all like choke holding them down, like, okay, we now doing this, we gonna be doing it, so I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. Like, you can't, be doing none of that, because that's gonna lose the whole game, the end game here.
The point of attraction is what I wrote down. Remembering the point of I like to write things down, but the point of attraction, that's what that is. That's pretty much the frequency, the line of frequency that attracted you guys in the first place. So when you lose that point, and like you said, venture off into different things,
right,
that person is still there, and then when you go try to be around them, the energy is off. You know what I'm saying? Because the point of attraction is different. Now their point of attraction is you, but your point of attraction is, like you said, trying to change this, that, and the third, and going down, the rabbit hole. And it's like you said, no, get back to, just communicating.
Right, exactly. and also, even though, as I said, because I admitted to say, like, somebody asked me a truth or dare question. Truth or dare? Are you like a freak, kind of? Like, I said truth, but no, but just, you caught the last intimate conversation. Don't play no games with me. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm crazy. Like, I got people over here. Like, I said what I said.
Look, you know what the fuck I said. People in the back.
Right. Stop playing. Be quiet. But no.
That's hilarious.
Doing a show. But as I was saying, the physical and emotional intimacy is still important, even if you're not in each other's presence, so you're going to have to keep that sexting and the, let me tell you a story, bedroom voice at night conversations, to maybe put each other to bed, to where you can, like, find a visual show in your dream and be like, that was a way to get off the phone, like one of them. You can, and I think that also, again, helps to continue to build the character of this long distance, situation of what is happening, and what I honestly believe can very much work out, but it's just a different way of playing the game, in a sense. And another way of what it does is it helps to control and tame your emotions. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Something about the YouTube voice and the something voice. So I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna leave the room. I don't know. I didn't turn everything down to nothing. It was like there's nothing on my side, but we'll see. I don't know. But anyway, we'll try that again. Trial and error always makes the best in the process. But it, like I said, it's helping to control the emotions of things, because of the fact that if anything does happen, you do have a boundary block where you don't have to do any communication or anything, to the point that you can't even get crazy or try to drive past somebody's house, make a scene, because they don't live here. They don't live where you are. You can't go past a job, because we are women. Women do get a little tricky flip at times if something went kind of off key. And you be like, I'll be right back. You know how I did. I went down to the job. It was like, everybody come outside. Just come out.
Everybody, right now.
Everybody come outside. Like, I think you should go home. I think you can get it first. No, but seriously, right. What were you saying, Camille?
I said the fuck.
Yeah, where it was just, you can be on them kind of times. But I think, again, like I said, it helps you to actually find a little bit more patience, especially trying to work through things in a sense. But it really is going to trust it's going to challenge your trust game. And that I do know. It really will. What were you saying?
No, I said you're right. Yeah, it will definitely challenge your trust, because that's the first thing that's going to be in your brain. You know what I mean? Especially if you guys don't have the best communication, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or like consistent communication, it's going to feel like you're going to just have a lot of doubts creeping in. Like you said, trust is going to be the first thing that's definitely tested. And it could be a make or break situation for two people that potentially could be a good fit for each other. So, yeah.
I shouldn't have bought no red wine. So, so don't ignore red flags at all, because Absolutely. The inconsistency, the lack of communication, and the dishonesty and effort, those are all red flags, like, that are just not acceptable. Because I think at this age, this age, everybody knows how to talk and communicate. You've had past relationships before. If that was one of the problems, I assume as you keep going into others, you're getting better with communication, not still doing the same old song and dance where you're still lackluster in this department.
Yeah.
Which, again, does not make sense, and it's not acceptable. Like, you can't, that's just not gonna work. I think in all communication, it should be about not only just still knowing each other on different levels and understanding the quirks of each other, but again, what's the dreams and passions and the goals that you both have? And where's this little rendezvous getaway we gonna jump to? You know what I mean? Like, where we going? Like, I think we should honestly meet up somewhere cool and sexy. You know what I think is cool and sexy as a meetup? For a person that you are not in the same state with? God dang it. I love a getaway cabin.
Girl!
This right here, nigga. This right here. This right here. That is what I stayed in just by myself. And can you see my mouse?
Yes.
Oh, little grab hand. So there's your bathroom, your stand-up shower, stand-up shower. You got a toilet back there. This is all you got. A table. They got a radio, a phone to call the people for emergency if you need them. They got a two top electric stove,
Mm.
refrigerator, utensils to use to cook, games, because they don't expect you to be using your damn phone and internet. Look at the outside. Look at
Mm.
this fire pit that I cooked on, actually.
Wow.
I made a really good steak, and I had brought my wine down there and my journal. And this is the place I like to, these are the types of things I like to go and do. And I want to share space like this with somebody. So it would be highlights for me when it comes to trying to work within to create something that could be long distance. And then this is like what captures more of the moment. Call me 90s freaking romantic comedy or romantic movie show or whatever. But yo, that's the type of settle down. Give me a reason is what I'm saying. I want
Yeah.
a reason
That
to
was smooth.
like, let's book it, like, and I think for me, where I played a 50-50 is because I am used to being by myself for a period of time, like a few years, in and out of dating or whatever. Obviously, it didn't work because they're not here. But it's also helped me to become a solo traveler, because the bottom line is I still want to do things like that, Now, for me, and I'm not a person that needs a whole lot. And especially
Yeah.
when it comes on the travel tip, there's a few places I want to go. I want to definitely go to Amsterdam. Like that right there, I want to definitely do. I want to go to Amsterdam. I want to take that in and just be within that energy. But as I have said, my place is and it's going to always be, it's something about this energy here. This here, this is me. This is New Orleans. This is New Orleans at night. This eeriness, spook ass town that's just filled with ghost stories and all the darkness across the land. And
Oh my God.
I mean, if I had my ideal vacation, I would love to go there for like Halloween, because I know Halloween is like Christmas down there,
Yeah.
the jazz music, it's the nightlife, it's the energy, and again, it's the fact that you can pivot in different areas and walk off the beaten path. Bourbon Street is Bourbon Street. It is what it is. It is like the party areas if you went to Vegas on the Strip or something like that, because you see so many different personalities and talent on Bourbon Street. But this is my New York. This is like my getaway place. Like, I've even discredited my own hometown of Seattle for New Orleans because it's that energy for me. The is what makes it like more of the highlight of the trip and the atmosphere. Now, you probably like this type of place. Like, that's like, look like your vibe. You like water. Like, you want to be in the water.
Well, I love that. That's definitely my vibe. I would love that. That's like peaceful for me. I did like the cabin, the first one you showed too. That was definitely
okay.
Yeah, for me,
This is like a private island type of setup, and I like this too.
Yeah, this is super dope because I like the water, so it just feels like wow, like I don't know, it feels like a TV screen to God, like I don't know, like, like you can just look out like, now this is LED. HD. Like this is surround sound. I don't
This
know.
that
It's just so
screensaver.
amazing.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
that screensaver right here.
it's
Yes.
so
What's
amazing.
up, Distance Podcast? What's going on? I don't know. I tried the fan base. It's not working.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Severe. That's so dope of you. I'm learning. Okay. Yeah, we are too, obviously. I don't know what the heck we are doing over here at all. We trying now. We is trying. That's all I can do. It took me how many episodes to get it corrected with Riddle Me This? A lot. Like it took more than 3 episodes for me to get my life together with Riddle Me
You
This
got
to
it
be
though.
able to show the pictures and get us in the block the right way, but yep.
She
So
got
yeah.
it going.
Yes. But yeah, like I said, it's a lot going on anyway, and I'm not a person that be like trying to live within any type of fear, but I know I got things and priorities I have to take care of and things I have to do, but for the most part, I am a package deal person. Like I have a little one, and that's another thing too, is to being able to kind of bring them into this whole ordeal, like this whole lifestyle as well, because it's different. But I think as long as you set your kids up with a good support system and their other parent is in their life, I think that's really what the majority of what is needed. Like that's what's important, because they still understand, they still got the connection for both. No matter how it's set up or whatever way they've already been rocking with it, they still good. So I think the older they tend to get, the more they do understand a little bit better. But all things, I think, depending, especially when it comes to children, you don't have to really explain but so much until you know what the hell is going on for you, and you seeing and within judging the efforts. You are basically observing what's being given and what isn't. So then it's just like you're like, so then you know what? This ain't even a conversation I even need to introduce or bring up at all. It's not needed. Because I think for me, I'm a pretty good judge of character for the most part. And I can also judge timing, and I can judge people based on personality. And I know it's easy for me to be like, nope, I'm not even gonna, because it's already what I see. It ain't even, I can tell. And usually my intuitions, they be like 1,000% correct. A true story. I was in traffic the other day, and I was going to the dispensary to pick up my medication. And I don't know why this light was so long, but this girl was walking. I don't know this girl. She had like a flannel Seattle vibe grunge look to her. She's black, short locks or whatever. And in my mind, I was like, she gonna beat me to the dispensary. I bet you she's probably going to the dispensary. But I don't even know why I would judge that. I didn't see her face. I couldn't say, oh, she smokes. But lo and fucking behold, when I turned the corner and I parked, this bitch is at the goddamn window at the dispensary. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, why would my brain just be like, she going to go get her weed too? Like, why would you even have pinpoint? But that's just how it be working. And I be right. I be knowing.
That is so excellent.
I be like, I'm psychic. I be psychic. I don't even know how I be psychic, but I be knowing shit, man. I be like, no, that ain't it. Watch what happens. He gonna fall. I told you. He like one of them. But it was just weird. But it was just kind of scary. But I still appreciate it, because then I be knowing that I'm in tune with the vibrations. I'm in tune
Exactly.
with the energy and the level. So like I said, I'm a pretty good judge of character. You know, I knew people in the past wasn't gonna work. I was like, this motherfucker right here. Watch next week, Wednesday. I bet you it's a wrap. Like, yep. Like, that's done. So, with that being said, you know, I think, you know, and for me, for the most part, because I am pretty, like, I have a pretty busy life, you know, just for little things that I do, but I still have time. I still know how to move my time around and to share my time. I know how to give equally, you know, because if I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna do it. You know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put the effort in. I'm gonna do it. You know, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it. Put the effort in. I'm gonna make the time, and I think that's what it is. Everybody makes time for what they want to make time for. Everybody makes time for people they want to make time for. They make time for conversation when they want to make time for it. It's no other excuse or answer for that. Kids don't understand that concept, but we as adults, we get it. And what you show is what we pick up. And that's and sometimes again, what you don't show, it also answers the questions that we have as well.
It sure does. Save yourself a lot of time just being able to see that for what it is.
See it for what it is and be honest for what you need to be being honest for. You know, it never fucking fails. This kid, I don't understand. Like, didn't you have enough to eat like earlier? Like, you hungry? And I'm telling you, right there. And he's gonna make my cup of noodles. And it's just like, that's gonna take like 3 minutes, yo. Like, why are you clocking me all the time like James Evans? And I'm talking like that because I know you right there. Khalil, yeah, what's up, man? Oh, you finished taking your shower. Okay. Oh, you took the noodles out? Yeah. Okay. Okay, you got up in the cabinet and got them? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. I'm coming up in a moment. You can close the door. I swear. You know what? I be thinking he'd be listening in the vents or something. He'd be like,
He's like, yo.
You said how's New Orleans? New Orleans is the shit, man. That's how it is. I don't know who's talking to anybody. Wait, hold on. Yes, definitely love the kids. Oh, wait, the Distance podcast, y'all went to some Mardi Gras thing yourselves in St. Louis, right? That's what I'm thinking. They not in New Orleans, Severe. Yeah, okay. I had to get everybody together over here on this side over here in the chat. Yeah, man. So okay, so let's take a vote here. Everybody that can do a long distance, but wait, goddamn, how far is too far? That was the whole title of the damn show. How far was too far? Okay, so what's your minimum to your maximum range of travel?
People in the chat for myself. Okay.
I love you. Feel like you want me to ask the question? Like, no, I want you to answer it.
Right, here she go. That's her intro. So I would say too far is international.
Okay.
And no. What was the other question?
Your minimum base to your maximum as far as
so that's the max. So minimum would be like in my same like complex.
I mean, like, okay, let's let's say that if you could drive, how far would you be willing to drive? I can do that.
I would be willing to drive like at least because I'm a driver, so I
Okay. Can I remix it a bit?
14 hours.
Okay, 14. Okay, right. Because you are, yeah. 18.
That's from here to New York.
Okay. To New York. Okay. Okay. Got it.
New York.
Hold on a second. Okay. So for me, driving wise, yeah, you can kick me out the car once we pass South Carolina. Like, I'm no more good. Like, I'm gonna have to fly there, or we're gonna have to get but somebody else gonna have to knock me out and put me in the back, and they drive the rest. Only because it took me, we had to get on a Greyhound from Atlanta to Seattle at one point, and that was like fucking 5 days, and I was like, y'all should run me over in this bus. I'm gonna jump out and you run me over because I gotta get off this bus. But for me to drive, I would say no more than 8 hours. And that could be up or down the coast.
Okay.
Yeah. If I was to travel within another mode of transportation and have to take a train or whatever, I can do anywhere of 6 to 8 hours train wise, because that could take me different variants as well, whatever. I do have a little bit of a plane hookup, so that's cool sometimes. So I can get a little ticket, but other than that, I don't want to have to be getting a little ticket, that I don't want to go. I don't want to do that because that's really coming out of pocket. And not only just for me, but I'm always looking at others, not really trying to be all in their pockets, but trying to be reasonable for the pockets on both sides, so nobody's traveling crazy, because, I ain't going to be the only one that's going now. Like, it's going to be an even exchange, with that part of you coming and going as well.
That's right.
And then again, finding those meetup spots, like how I said with the getaway cabins and the taking little quick trips or whatever, like, something that's kind of like off the grid but fun, like New Orleans. I'm gonna keep talking about New Orleans. God damn it, I'm getting to New Orleans again. I'm telling you, it's in the realm, and I'm putting it in the universe. So even to like what's the other little spot? Like Myrtle Beach, a beach, doing like a something B&B, just to have like a scenery of water, it don't have to be expensive, but I think it just helps to build more of the character for, the long distance itself. So I think that, again, is important too, is that you got to make those times for those getaways and not having to just come to each other's hometowns, but making your own little mini vacations and things like that, I think. So if it's emotionally draining with no progress, if either partner is unwilling to compromise, if the relationship lacks a clear future,
gotta go.
Yes, gonna work. So the key factors are, again, for success: strong foundation and trust, shared long-term goals, and willingness to make sacrifices.
That's right. Shared long-term goals.
Yes.
To make sacrifices. Love that.
Yes. So I think that kind of covers a piece of what could be a possibility in this new day and age, moving right along, with cutting the dating apps in a sense. We all have a way of our social medias of what we're on, You know, I'm sure with us looking into people's profiles, we already know what kind of time they're already on. Like if they're in relationships, if they're single, you know, like does it look like they're dating? We can see that from pictures and videos and content that they put out. And then we start to, you know, check to see, well, where are they located? And then to kind of spark the idea. This is how it all starts, people. This is how it all starts. It takes from flirting on people's damn social medias, but just saying, like, it sparks the conversations to basically be like, you know what, this might be something that could work.
That's right.
And like I said, for what I've seen, successful people have made it work. It's been successful for so many people. And I think we need to start kind of looking out of the box and stepping out of the box. You know, we need to be like in a star of some sort. Like it don't even have to be all within the corners and the points. Like we can design our own shaping of what works for us. And I think that's the beauty of today's world, is that we're not in the stigma of the traditions. We don't have to stay traditional. So we can, yeah. I think it also helped to break some generational curses and things in that nature too, where it's put a stipend on some families that haven't even seen a marriage or a committed relationship in years because everybody's right in the same fishbowl where you at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, is there anything you'd like to say on the notes of how far is too far?
I would just like to say, trust your gut. You know, your gut does not lie. You know how far is too far, whether it's physically hopping down the highway or just mentally. Like, am I going out of the box, you know, like of something that just doesn't feel right? So, communication, that's all I got to say. If you are dating somebody long distance, definitely communicate better than you have ever communicated in your life, because y'all don't have that space to really feel the person out, you know what I mean, and go off of that, off of what you see and what you're experiencing being in that space with them. So
right.
Definitely communicate, like put it out there. Like, what do you got to lose? And you can only create like even more more dramatic relationship, you know, so that you can feel a person even though that they so far away.
Yeah, a prosperous relationship. That's all you're gonna do is build. I'm about to plant food once the temperatures are above freezing every night, because I can't put nothing in the ground yet. My friend told me I have to wait until the temperatures are above 34 degrees every night, because if within frost, it will kill the plant, the seed and stuff. But peas I can put in right now, but because they'll grow in the cold also. And I want to put lettuce down, and it was kale, and it was another one, but I wrote it down in my notes. So I got my beds. I just have to look up and put the dirt down in it, and then go for what I know of what I'm gonna be putting in to harvest. So I'm excited.
I'm
excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So next time I'll bring some food to the show. Let me stop. But if anybody could actually get it, that'll be next though. Shit, long dating. long dating.
Y'all heard that? Y'all, long dating.
Long dating. Long distance dating and produce being pushed through the laptop, like through the screen. Like, yo, it's gonna happen soon. We'll be able to deliver goods through some kind of Presto Changeo box or something. It's gonna cost like a lot of money, but whatever. So anyway, I hope you guys do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you comment, run it back if you missed any of it, and follow here, please. We're here again every other week with Romy This Live Show. Just watch the community page for updates. That's the best thing that I can tell you to do as you're here on this channel. And again, like I said, when you subscribe, you'll be alerted to all the content that when we go live and when we drop things, and you can join in the conversation. So yes, I am signing out for tonight. I am K Rene.
I'm your girl Camille Marine, aka Creative Camille.
Yes, Creative Camille. And we will see y'all on the 2 and 2 on the flip side. And y'all have a blessed week to come.
That's
Bye.
right.